Hello, today we're going to talk about Yacon. I am here in the garden. We're harvesting Yacon today, and in this video I'm going to share with you a few tips about how to grow Yacon, how to manage the plants during a heat wave. The tubers actually reached a very nice size. We are in zone 6. We're going to have frost in the next couple of weeks, and I wanted to get them out because frost can damage the crowns. The thing with Yacon is that it is a heavy feeder. Is in the family of the Asteraceae, which is the same family as daisies and sunflowers. Yacon actually produces a flower that looks a lot like a sunflower. In order for you to get nice big tubers, you really have to nurture these plants to give them a lot of finished compost. It usually does better if there is potassium and some of the other key minerals, not so much high levels of nitrogen, because high levels of nitrogen, very similar to other tubers, is going to give you a lot of foliage, but the tubers themselves are not going to be huge. This is a kind of crop that you want to fertilize with green sand, bone meal. So what I primarily feed my Yacon is compost. I pretty much grow the Yacon in compost in very rich beds. I start mulching in the fall before the next season. So I put down about almost a foot deep layer of leaves that I collect. By the time I plant the Yacon in the spring, that 1 foot layer is down to just a couple of inches. And then what happens at that point is, as the season continues to go on, I continue to add leaves to my Yacon beds. And what that does is that keeps the temperature in the soil very stable. It also prevents drastic changes in humidity. So under the mulch, the Yacon plants are going to have a more or less stable environment, which is really important now when we have heat waves and we have a lot of environmental changes that the temperature fluctuates a lot. But having that nice layer of mulch actually helps stabilize the temperature in the soil, which is crucial for the development of these plants.
Please do me a favor, please click like and subscribe to my channel and share this video with people that may benefit from getting this information. What I'm trying to share with you is tools and frameworks that will allow you to think through different challenges, to troubleshoot issues.
If you are dealing with a lot of heat waves, wherever you are, in the middle of summer, if you're growing Yacon, be really careful with how much you water. These plants are gonna wilt when the sun is very high and it's really hot. That doesn't mean the plants need water. You have to wait when the temperatures cool off to see if the plants perk up. What happens is a lot of folks see the leaves are wilting and they immediately run at those plants with hoses and start watering them in the middle of a heat wave. That's one of the worst things that you can do for a lot of plants, is giving them a lot of water in the middle of a heat wave, because that is what creates a condition for blight, for mildew, and for rot in the case of Yacon. So you want to make sure the plants are not dry, like completely bone dry. You have to check the soil, but at the same time, if you see some wilting, that's very normal. With Yacon, it's almost better to have the plants be a little bit on the dry side during a heat wave than to overwater them.
When you think about growing Yacon, you really want to give these plants a lot of space for them to spread. They grow, like these plants are probably 8, almost 9 feet tall, so they get pretty big. They don't get big right away, but at the end of the season, they're going to be big. And you want to give them that space so they can really take off and they can form really nice, big, and juicy tubers underground.
Right, next, go check the other video where I talk about how to start your Yacon crowns when you get them in the mail, how to store them, how to take care of them in those earliest stages.